Hey everybody, I'm just inviting Shane and Ruin up to co-host here. Hope you're all having a good day. Hey, are you up, Ruin?
Hey everyone, hope you guys are having a good Thursday today. We will get started in a minute as more people come in here.
Hey, how's it going? Can you guys hear me?
Sure can. We have a bit of a special guest here that will talk a little bit about a big announcement we made yesterday. So we'll give it another couple of minutes to come on in here. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get started with some of our announcements for the week. The first big one is the Astra L2 has been announced. It's being built with Rollkit using Celestia for data availability. Shane is here to talk more about it. We will get through our updates and come back to that. Panpit.fun by Gelado launched last week to a lot of success, and people are very excited. You can now launch your own meme coins on Stargaze, and the decks to trade them will be out next week. There is a real-world assets minter that is being used for the Sneaky Animals collection this week that we'll hear more about. And there are rumors of roles for slots in the Sunrise Discord, so check that out. There's also a Stride airdrop available for some Stargaze users, stakers, or NFT holders. Check to see if you're eligible. And there's also Andromeda. Andromeda has launched their AOS framework on Stargaze. It's an interchain framework to develop apps across blockchains. So we got Shane here to talk to us a little bit about the announcement we made yesterday, the Astra L2. Welcome, Shane.
Hey guys, how's it going? Been a while since I've done one of these, and definitely want to come back and do a bunch more. First of all, everyone hear me okay?
Sure can. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we announced Astra. It is an L2 on Stargaze. Is going to be a place for super high throughput apps. So right now on Stargaze L1, when you perform a transaction, it takes a couple of seconds for it to get included in a block. But now we're kind of in a new era, a new time where you have much faster blockchain, right? So we have Say, we have Solana that kind of take the experience to the next level, where you can when you perform a transaction, it's just like an instantaneous like click, right? And a lot of the ETH L2s also have this kind of UX, and to make Stargaze kind of competitive long term, to support more apps and more users and have really awesome UX. We wanted to launch this L2 where we can kind of provide that, right? So Stargaze has always been really focused on user experience, and this is just kind of like an extension of that. So it's kind of an extension of things that we've always done, and now we're taking it to the next level. But there's several things that kind of make this interesting. I'd say the first, besides the speed improvements, the first thing is native yield. So right now, if you want to earn yield on your tokens, you have to stake them or liquid stake them, or put them into yield vaults, and you kind of have to like search around to find kind of the best optimal way to earn yield on them. And then when you're using stars, right? When you have stars in a bid on the marketplace or in an auction or whatever, you're kind of losing out on the inflation, right? Because you're kind of losing out on the rewards that you could be earning if you were staking, right? And then you had to go stake it, and you had to pick a validator and all this kind of stuff, right? As we get more normal people into crypto, they're not going to be wanted to do all this stuff, right? They're going to want to research a validator and think about yield and all that kind of stuff. So Astra is kind of a forward-thinking project. So whenever you just bridge access to it, automatically starts earning yield. You don't have to know about staking. You don't have to search for yield strategies or anything like that. It just starts auto compounding in your wallet. So that's kind of a pretty neat feature, I think. And then you can start using these assets on the L2, and smart contract devs also kind of get access to yield, and they can use it to earn revenue in their apps. They can use it to provide extra incentives and stuff like that inside their apps. So I think that's pretty cool. some of you may have used Blast on Ethereum. It's a little like that, but it opens the door. But it opens the door yield from different types of assets because of just kind of the nature of like Cosmos and IBC, where behind the scenes it can talk to a bunch of other protocols and earn. So another thing I think unique about it is that well, okay, I'll say that for later because we haven't really announced this stuff in public yet, but I have some more stuff to share a bit later. But Stride just announced that they're going to be working with us to kind of help provide the yield behind the scenes and also hyperlink. Yeah, so that's the new thing we're working on, and that's a bit further away. It's something more along the lines of like Q4. More immediately, we're working on launching the DEX and other stuff, Marketplace V2, as Ruan said. Yeah, so just wanted to update you guys on that. If you have any questions, let me know. I know there's been a bit of a backlash about the name, and I wanted to get feedback from anyone who's interested in talking about that as well. There's another project in crypto called Astria that has I guess a bit of a similar name. I don't think they're competitive in terms of. I mean, I think they're differentiated enough. And as you guys know, we've been using the term Ad Astra in our kind of social media and posts and stuff like that, especially in the early days. So it's not like it's not like a brand new thing. It's a nice, short, simple name, and I think it fits, but totally open to changing things up if it does become a bigger issue. Anyway, that's it from me for now. I'll stick around, and if anyone has any questions.
Sure. I know one question that a lot of people had was what happens to the NFTs on the L1? What's that transition look like?
Yeah, so NFTs on the L1. So eventually, when Astro launches, there'll be a version of Marketplace V2 on it as well. And it'll also have the IBC NFT transfer protocol that we've built, ICSM 21, for example, that some of you use to move, to transfer mad scientists from back and forth from Osmosis and Stargaze. So that's going to be enabled on Astra as well. So you guys can seamlessly transfer NFTs to it. And if you want to trade on the new kind of like high performance L2, you can. If you want that experience, you can go and transfer it over and trade on it. Now, obviously, we want to make the UX really, really simple and really, really easy, right? So, so on the front end, we're trying to make it as seamless as possible, right? So if you go to an NFT collection on the front end, you'll see everything across the chains, and at Stargaze, even we have outposts, and as we expand to other ecosystems, it'll aggregate all the NFTs in one place on the marketplace, and you'll be able to kind of do all the marketplace transactions like list and buy and all that kind of stuff pretty seamlessly. We want to kind of build an experience where you don't even necessarily have to know that there's like two chains behind the scenes or anything like that. It just it'll like most of the operations will feel very seamless to you.
Thanks. Hey Scooby, yeah, you got your hand up.
Yeah, actually, hey Shane, I had a question. About the Astra. You said, well, I guess I saw something about you're going to be able to stake Bitcoin and something to do with ordinals. Since we introduced ordinals to a lot of our holders when they first came out. So are you able to speak about anything like that? Like, are we going to be able to transfer them from Bitcoin to the layer 2, or how would that possibly work? Because I'm really curious because we always kind of wanted to bring our Bitcoin collection home back to Stargaze after we bridged it over. So I'm just very curious.
Yeah, this is stuff I wanted to kind of say for later, but we are very interested in Bitcoin, and ordinal support is something we've been talking about for a long time. The way we're going to do this is in phases. The first phase is just adding regular Bitcoin L1 ordinal support, right? So you'll be able to um, uh, like transact and trade on Bitcoin itself. Eventually, we do want to enable transferring ordinals to Stargaze and trading in on the marketplace, and yeah, that'll work on Astra as well. So yeah, that's more of a long term plan, but that is something we do kind of have in the pipeline. And right now we're kind of talking to several partners because the Bitcoin bridging part is non-trivial. And the way it kind of works, like the way inscriptions work on Bitcoin, is that is not like really provable. So you had to like run like an indexer and stuff like that, and then and the ordinals are like like inscribed on like satoshis and stuff. So it's definitely like a non-trivial manner. I mean, a non-trivial like effort to transfer those. But that is something that's in the pipeline. And currently, we're talking to Nomic and trying to collaborate with them on getting that working.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, so a lot to look forward to with Astra coming in Q4. It sounds like, right?
Yeah, that's the target.
Okay, great, guys. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get to our creators for the week now. Thanks for joining, Shane. Feel free to pop into any of the creator conversations if you want to as well. Let's go ahead and start with Satoshi Kingdoms while you're at it. Welcome, guys.
Hey, thanks for having me. This is Scooby with Satoshi Kingdoms or Stargaze Kingdoms, depending on which collection that you have of ours. Hopefully both. So yeah, we're back again. We've been with Stargaze since before the marketplace launched, and I remember having to do third-party trades on Discords and that big mess before everything launched. And man, it's been, I don't know, 2+ years now. It's been a crazy time, but it's amazing to see all the development that happened in Stargaze. Just coming from basically nothing. It's pretty awesome. So today, we're launching a featured auction winner. This time we're trying something a little different. Our collection is called Bad Seed, and so basically our idea is whenever you put in your seed phrase trying to recover your wallet, and you inevitably mistype something, and then it comes up, oh, error, can't load wallet or whatever. So we're calling that bad seed. And every time you input a bad seed, one of our seeds is generated and born. So me and Reggie got together trying to think of what we could do because we've always been traditionally pixel artists, and we wanted to try doing something different this time, something more creative, just to kind of build our skills and everything, because we've always did traditionally pixel animated projects. So Reggie's been honing his skills as an artist. He's won some contests through the community, doing some work with Gelato, creating badges and artwork for them. He did some work with Maria for one of her Women's from Cosmos collections. It's a really cool Chicago background. And so, we've always played during, I want to say after maybe around high schoolish time back in the mid to late 2000s. There's this very popular game that came to computers released. It involves plants and it involves zombies. So this was one of the, like, every time during our creation process, we always try to do stuff that was important to us through our childhood, growing up, things that we exposure to, or things that affected our life. And this is one of them that was. So we always thought it was kind of cool that, that the plants in this game were always kind of cute, and then they were always trying to defend themselves from the zombies. So we were thinking, when's if the flowers were twisted in some way? And we always like to make our creation process cute but also deadly. So we came up with this profile picture collection. It's about it's 3,200 supply, and it's going to cost I think around a little under $2 now at current prices for stars. And all of our squad collections are basically whitelisted. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the squad, of course. Graphene, always there, supportive of us. We've known her for a long time now. She is so awesome. Jinxto with the WAD Squad, always awesome. Love that guy. Maria, of course, from Women of Cosmos. She is like a cornerstone to Stargaze, Polygon, and all these multi-chain communities now. Like she's building something awesome. I always join her spaces on Fridays when she has them. Of course, the Stargaze community, we've been around like forever. We don't have a Genesis collection. We just missed the cutoff, when we submitted our collection. But, hey, we've been building everything behind the scenes. So, we've always been here. We've always staked all of our mints. We created a DAO that now all of our collections completely fund those DAOs. So we're returning all of the royalties from all of our collection back to the community. That's funded directly to the DAO's treasury. And then from there, we're going to have the community come together to vote on how to handle like all of these royalties, either distribute them, stake them, convert them to a different coin, whatever they would like to do. So a couple of other shots we'd like to do is ST. She is awesome. Saya, Gelato, and then someone also that I've been a long time community member with is Crown Space Apes. They're actually celebrating their 2-year anniversary today. So a lot of, we're a pretty old project that's been, around with everybody. And, it's always great to be with Stargaze and, just always building and, we're always here.
Yeah, you guys have been here from the pretty much the get-go. I remember your first collection. So I think this is your third or fourth collection because you guys did the free mint as well, right?
Yeah, we did the Drakari with remint, I want to say last November-ish, end of October. It was around that time period. Our first collection was the Baddies. I think the first fully animated pixel collection on Stargaze. And then we did the Christmas collection and numerous airdrops in between, including the ordinals, which we brought to Stargaze for the first time between everybody.
Yeah, I believe you may have been one
You
of the first Stargaze creators to make an ordinal. Not 100% sure, but
Yeah,
maybe.
I believe it was Graphene and us that both introduced the ordinals, and then we brought it to like everybody else, and then Maria got into it, and then she did drops for her holders. So it's pretty crazy, and it's funny because all of those ordinals led to an airdrop, which is worth quite a bit of money now. So it's just cool, like how the community just kind of builds and just everybody kind of benefits from it.
Yeah, how everything is all connected. So what have you guys done with the DAO so far since inception of it?
So right now we're just kind of letting the funds build for the treasury because right now we're letting all the royalties pool into a big one, and we did convert some of it through a DAO vote to Kujera, and then we staked the Kujera for the rewards. So right now we're just kind of like I said, just letting the treasury build because you can't really split funds when it's just a little bit because we have quite a few stakers now. We want to make sure the pool of reward that when we do split the funds is going to be like a nice payoff for everybody. So in terms of the bad seeds collection, we're putting the royalties straight to the DAO from the get-go so that we can, maximize that weekend launch for trading and all that for our stakers. So hopefully, it becomes a good payout for everybody and, everyone seems pretty happy, with the process that we put into the launch, like the smart contracts when we launched the NFT collections. We're putting the royalty address into that contract for the DAO. So it's not like we're getting it to a private wallet first and then sending it. So we're just baking it right into everything. So that's all handled on chain.
Awesome, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and hear from Donnie with Sneaky Productions. Welcome.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me clearly?
We sure can. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
So-
It's an honor. It's an honor to be here with you guys, Ruan, Shane, which is a pleasant surprise, and the Satoshi team. So I'm going to give a quick background on us because this is like our first vocal Stargaze space since we've been around almost a year now. But I'll give you a background on myself, the founder, Sneaky, and what we're doing, especially with the mint that's coming up tomorrow, which is very exciting. So so I'm on the Sneaky Animals team. My name is Donnie, and I got into crypto in the spring of 2021. I got into the Cosmos ecosystem in late 2021, and I got into NFTs in early 2022. I was here for the Stargaze Genesis Mint, FYI. So I guess I'm a Stargaze OG too, community wise. And my non crypto career has me doing a lot of sales, marketing, and management for a few big companies here in the US. So I am from the USA. I'm born and raised in New York City. So yeah, so Shane most likely was my neighbor at one point. My parents are from the Caribbean, and I am a millennial. Okay. Now, our founder, Sneaky, who is the creative genius behind Sneaky Productions, is from Europe. He's been in crypto for over 7 years now. Been in Cosmos for about 4 years, excuse me. And his personal crypto portfolio is 100% invested in Cosmos tokens and NFTs. So, um, so just kind of giving a background on Sneaky Productions. The idea for Sneaky Productions, specifically the OG collection, Sneaky Animals, was born in January of 2023. And it all started during a simple yet meaningful activity that Sneaky had with his daughter, which is drawing animals. Okay. And as an NFT enthusiast, Sneaky quickly realized that these drawings that he was doing with his daughter had the potential to become something unique and exciting. So he began drawing day and night and letting the concepts evolve. So basically, what he did is that to gauge interest, he started a Twitter account showcasing the art. That was maybe around like early to mid 2023. And after getting a pretty incredible response, he decided to launch a collection on Stargaze. And that collection became Sneaky Animals. So Sneaky Animals ended up selling out in 16 seconds, minting wise, and it eventually held the top spot ahead of Bad Kids for a little bit on the secondary market on Stargaze. So that's pretty cool stuff. And so yeah, so that's what we did. But the cool thing is that we're on a journey right now, and we're on an evolution with Sneaky Productions, and we're really just getting started. So myself personally, I'm pretty new to the Sneaky team. I joined them a few weeks ago, but I've been in their community from the start. And what I personally saw in Sneaky Productions is, simply good vibes, some good humor, despite its, counterculture aspects, and extremely creative and well thought out art. And I feel that we need that like really bad in crypto right now, especially in the Cosmos, like those good vibes that get humor. And for me, Sneaky Collections or the Sneaky Collections and its underlying ethos has been that beautiful pocket, to escape from a lot of the negativity and chaos and have fun again, So, and the cool thing on top of all of that is that we've been constantly from the get go delivering, things from our inception. So, so our three major collections, before I get into the minting happening tomorrow, is Sneaky Animals collection, which I talked about already. That's our Genesis collection. That's a top 15 all-time collection ever on Stargaze. There's 999 pieces in that collection. We also have Sneaky Stuff, which came out a few months later. I feel that's one of the most underrated projects on Stargaze. That has 420 pieces. And then you have the third, but not least, Sneaky Transformations, which I feel is the most underrated and my favorite collection on Stargaze. That collection is still evolving as we speak. It's quote unquote minted on a weekly basis through Stargaze's auction process. So we're now at the last 48 Sneaky Transformations to be created. So there's 142 on the marketplace. Sorry, 152 on the marketplace, and there's 48 left to be created. So the max supply for that collection is 200 pieces. Shane actually has a dedicated piece in that collection. I'm not sure if he knows that or not, but it's pretty cool. All right. So also, we dropped the Sneaky meme coin a few months ago through the Stargaze platform. I'm not sure. A lot of people don't know that we actually did the coin initially through Stargaze's technology. It was airdropped to primarily Sneaky Production holders and select Stargaze NFT communities. So the max supply for that meme coin is 18,000, and that's a hard cap. Doesn't go past that. That's right now. It's currently a tiny market cap, so it has mega room for growth. So not financial advice. Hashtag right. And it was coined as a utility token without a utility. However, utilities are arising for it and evolving and for the token. And the first utility starts with the collection that's minting tomorrow, which are the sneaky plushies. So just bridging to that, okay, the big news for us is that we are putting out our real world asset mint using Stargaze as a minting launchpad. And so in essence, Stargaze will be our real world asset store. We have a lot of plans, a lot of fun plans when it comes to that. So yeah, I feel that's really groundbreaking because from what I understand, we'll be the first to be minting using the technology of Stargaze, utilizing real world assets. So that's really big for Stargaze and obviously for Sneaky Productions. So the first of our real world assets will be our Sneaky plushies. So specifically the Happy Pig, right? That's a NFT from our main Sneaky Animals collection, and that as I said, that mint is happening tomorrow. And I think that Sneaky reached out to you guys and got the whitelist portion of the mint extended from 2 hours to I think potentially 12 hours, which is really awesome for those around the world, especially our Asian and Eastern European family. So what's super cool about this mint, everyone, is that there is a shared revenue aspect tied to these plushies. So for example, if you own a Sneaky Animal NFT from the same species as a plushie, so in this case, the pig, there's only 14 pigs in our collection. So those people that own those 14 pigs will actually share in the revenue, in the royalties of each Sneaky plushie that's sold, which is basically $2 every plushie that's sold. $2 of that will go to the community of those that share those same species. Share the same species. So that's what you call the plush fund, okay, which is really awesome. And not too many people do that, especially NFT collections, but we're really want to pioneer and grow the aspect of sharing royalties with our community. So we basically those royalties will be distributed monthly to all the species owners, and that those royalties will be paid through our Sneaky coin. So we will use the profits from sales to buy the Sneaky coin from the market prior to distribution of these royalties. Okay, so we're really excited about that. So the minting of the plushies, as I close out my part, will go on for an unlimited period of time. The mint price will be 2,900 stars. Okay, so that's around like $30, I think, right now, based on Stargaze's stars price. The whitelist, however, is 2,500 stars. The whitelist is open to people that are Sneaky Animal holders, Sneaky Transformation holders, and Sneaky Stuff holders. And the official snapshot for that has not been taken yet. So I think Sneaky is not gonna. He's gonna leave it open until right before the mint starts. So if you want to get a discount while getting not a blue chip, guys, a brown chip. I call us a brown chip NFT collection because we have a lot of tasteful, maybe tasteless pieces in our collection, but all in good humor, right? So if someone wants to order, I'll say this: if someone also wants to order a plushie with their credit card, we're also utilizing the Cosmos merch store. So that's going to be popping up on Saturday, which is really awesome. The first two plushies for mint will be the Happy Pig, which is the one coming up on Friday. And then the next one will be our Bit Girl plushie, which comes from our Sneaky Transformation collection that's based on Kathy Wood. It's like a Kathy Wood, but like in a superhero costume. It's really hilarious, but really cool. So that's coming very soon. So these plushies, guys, I know a lot of you guys, when it comes to minting NFTs, you're looking to flip them or just collect them digitally. But I think like with these plushies, like there's something that you can get just to gift to yourself, gift to people that you know. I have a bunch of nieces and nephews that I show pictures of the plushies to, especially the Sneaky Pig, and they want them. These things are super adorable. So I would say gift them to your kids. Gift them to the big kids in your life, which is most likely yourself, right? You collect NFTs, so you're a big kid most likely. And so I look at this as just an opportunity. Real world assets is something that's going to be popping off real soon. I was on the Mad Scientist AMA yesterday, and they had a guy from one of the, I'm forgetting the name of the network, but he's talking about real world assets or real estate. we just want to bring some fun with real world assets. We have a lot of things in the works with that, but the plushies will be the start off for that. So, in my opinion, like this is history. Like Stargaze is making history. We're making history with them. So I feel that we all should take part in that history with Stargaze. Okay. And then last few points, with this mint, anyone that mints this sneaky plushie will be eligible through I guess like a raffle process of either winning a sneaky animal, which the floor price right now for that is about, I think about 9,000 stars from when I last checked. There's 3 sneaky animals up for grabs and 3 sneaky stuff. And the floor price for sneaky stuff is about ranging between 4,000 to 5,000 stars right now. So we're giving 3 of each of those collections away for anyone that buys a sneaky animal. So that's freaking huge. Or sorry, for a sneaky plushie. So that's really huge. And on top of that, we're having a competition in our Discord tomorrow, giving away a bunch of prizes. So we're literally giving away hundreds of dollars of prizes, just for being in our Discord. And on top of that, if you mint a sneaky plushie, we're giving away a bunch of cool stuff. Okay, so in closing, guys, our aim is to be the go-to for fun, real-world assets within Stargaze. And the overall vision of the plushies is to be that one-stop shop of plushies production, representing various collections on Stargaze. We already have a bad kid plushie that we created, which will be coming out soon, FYI. So keep your ears and your eyes posted for that. And we're also in talks, without giving too much information, with a few big projects in our space, in the Cosmo space, about creating plushies for their entities. So just my message to everyone in here, aka Shane, if someone in the audience, it could be a founder, it could be a Stargaze community member that wants to get a plushie created based on their Stargaze entity, it could be anyone. You simply DM Sneaky on Twitter or on Discord, and we'll talk about like what can be done to actually create one for yourself based on your NFT. And the cool thing is that the same will apply. We create your NFT, we put it on the marketplace, and then we'll basically pay you for any NFT that is done if we choose to work together, which is freaking huge. Okay, so our website's popping up soon before the month is out, thanks to Sneaky Dev, who's working on that. So that should be out. Card payment should be live on that website too, which is also awesome. So in summation, we want to bring fun, some actual good humor, some good taste, and swag to Stargaze, guys, and the greater Cosmos ecosystem. And we're just focused on constantly delivering value and products that will help bring all of that to a high level in Stargaze. So we're very excited about the growth and future of Sneaky Productions in conjunction with Stargaze. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much. This was an honor and a pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot, Don. And yeah, I believe the way it's going to work is that you'll be able to mint this NFT, and that NFT is also tradable until you claim it. So you could still mint it, trade it, and then claim it later. So we'll see how that goes. And so this is, I think you guys said that this was, I think your 3rd or 4th project, right? On Stargaze?
Yeah, this is we have 3 main collections, and we have like a few like open edition collections on top of that, and a few airdropped collections, one mainly called Sneaky Food, which we have a bunch of it's a lot of
little connections, right?
Yeah.
What have you guys learned from making so many collections on Stargaze?
Well, I just letting you know, I'm new on the team, just a few weeks in, but what I can tell you from just witnessing is that we're big on just kind of working on the fly, analyzing what's going on, just like in the markets, analyzing what's going on in Stargaze, and we kind of, especially being in collaboration with Sneaky, we're just big on just being adjustable, big on just not being so just big
Yeah,
on
you
just
guys
being
are
adjustable.
flexible. So, can
100%.
you tell us also a little bit more about the team? Who, like, how many other people are involved, and what are people doing?
Yeah, so as of right now, it's pretty much Sneaky, who's the artist and the creator of the collection. And then we also have Sneaky Dev, who's in charge of all the technical parts of the collection. He was big on getting the coin up and running, Sneaky Dev, and doing the website for us. So that's the team right now, including myself. I'm the mouthpiece of the team, as of right now.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and take some questions from the community. Please request to speak, and we'll get you answered. And you can also drop a question in the thread here, and we'll get that answered too. Welcome, Maria.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Well, you probably know why I'm here. Obviously, I'm coming to send my flowers. But before, I wanted to say, I put it on the comments as well. I think like a easy way to go with ordinals is also allowing to list or ordinals collections on Stargaze rather than directly inscribing there, just like Magic Eden and other marketplaces does. If you have a question, whatever, obviously more than welcome to DM me. I can send you the forms. And then obviously, really important for all of us, I have to say, squad. And apart from that, guys, Donnie, we will be speaking soon. But I want to give you maybe to the new ones in the platform because obviously Stargaze Kingdom, they are too humble, but I'm not. So I'm here to speak for them. They are like definitely an OG project. They have been building and giving and giving and giving, and I could continue with the giving part forever to their community. I'm really excited for them to bring a mintable collection because the last one was free. Plus, also like they mentioned, I think like they're always in top of new technologies and new trends and new things. I'm really grateful for them to open the doors to ordinals for me and obviously for my community because as Scooby mentioned, we got a really amazing airdrop for being pretty early in ordinals. So, just coming here to remind you guys, share some love to a project that has been building and continue giving back to community. Wishing you having a really great rest of your day, guys.
Thank you very much, Maria. Looks like we have Brian on. Welcome, Brian.
Hi guys, thanks for letting me talk. I just had a quick question for Donnie, but after what Maria said, I have to say, wow, that's pretty awesome endorsement, Maria. So I appreciate the love. I'm always supporting everybody, you know, without any strings attached. I think that's just what we all should do in this new pioneering economy, right? But anyways, Don, I was wondering, are you planning on incorporating anyone that has NFTs that you're interested in possibly making the plushies with and allowing them to get the plushies made and then into your marketplace and get a percentage of those plushies that sell? Is that what you were saying?
100% correct. Any collection on Stargaze, you could be a founder or you could be a community member. If you have an NFT that you want to be made into a plushie, just reach out to Sneaky. We'll talk out the logistics. Because obviously, what we'll do is that you have to go through a process of manufacturing a large order of it. But yeah, to answer your question, 100% correct.
Wow, I love that idea. That sounds freaking amazing. All right, big doggy. I'll chat you up soon because I got a couple ideas maybe to add to that. But that sounds great, and I wish you guys luck. Appreciate you letting me up.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. I believe you guys are the second project to use the real world mentor. We initially developed it for Noble and their bracelets, and we continually iterate on it. And now that we have another project that wants to use it, it's an even better place now. So exciting. Satoshi Kingdoms. What have you guys learned from launching multiple projects on Stargaze? Like you guys did one OG collection, you guys did a free mint, and now you guys have this. Like, what are you guys learning from this process?
Reggie and I were an engineering background, so we've always kind of approached our project how we kind of tackle our own engineering projects. So it really comes down to you have to have a workflow. That's one of the things. Like when we originally started making, we just thought, hey, we'll just draw some stuff and put it all together, generate it, and then we'll put it on chain. But it's really not that simple. There's a creative process to all this, and that was really the thing that we learned from cleaning all of the work process to just to keep everything running smooth. And the other thing is, we always strive to make our collections perfect as possible. But the reality is we're all human, and not everything can always be caught. So that was the other thing that we learned is don't sweat like the small stuff. As long as everything is majors there, everything's working correctly. It's not the end of the world. That was another thing that we learned. But really, the most major thing is refining your work process, really having that discipline to stick with it. Because like I mentioned before in the previous spaces a long time ago, for those of you that don't know, when we started this collection, the original Pixel collection, it was a complete design. Like we spent, man, I don't know, 6 months possibly just creating it. And then, like halfway point, we got to a point where we just weren't really happy with it. And then, everything that we learned, like the whole design process, the workflow, keep your layers organized when you're drawing. Don't just throw everything around and try to, put it all together. It's having organization when you're creating in this process. It's really probably the most important thing that we learned through all of this. And then, back then, Stargaze student, and we had to like upload it, I think through command line, if I remember right. So that was like the other thing, obviously things are different now. Stargaze is like extremely user friendly now. But when starting off, we didn't have all those tools. Now Stargaze has tools to take snapshots of collection. We back then we had to rely on, I think it was the Friends. They had like a third party tool that you were able to take snapshots with. So it's just been, as the tools got more and more user friendly, our design process got smoother and smoother. So that's really the biggest takeaway from everything, that we've just learned from, the whole process is be organized, don't be afraid to try new things with technology. That's how we got into ordinals. We jumped on it right away. It sounded amazing and we're just like, hey, let's do it. And we also did the same thing with runes for rune coins on Bitcoin. So, we minted that and we're still trying to figure out how we're going to distribute that to our holders. So we're pretty excited about that. But yeah, just to answer your question, the design process is the absolute biggest thing.
And I think Reggie is the artist, right, behind the project.
Yeah, for the bad seeds, Reggie is definitely the artist. Actually, he's here if he wants to talk a little about that, since I don't think he's ever talked on any of these spaces. So maybe he wants to say a word or so.
Yeah, you want to tell us about the art, or maybe some of your favorite traits in the collection?
Hey everybody, can you guys hear me all right?
Sure can.
All right, so this is Reggie. I'm basically the brainchild behind most of the art that we pushed out through the SK logo. At least for this collection, I think the devious faces were the ones that I had more fun with. It started pretty mild, and we ended up with crazy faces like the one that we're rocking on our profile right now. But I guess since I'm up on the mic now, I'd like to say that we have planned a mini game towards this mint. I created a wallet which we're gonna put squad NFTs in there, and for every 10% that we mint, we're gonna put out a riddle. And basically, the idea is that by the time we get to 100%, there should be $100 and quite a few NFTs in this wallet, and each riddle will be one word for this wallet. For the last two, I created some drawings, and some of the OG community members played these games with us where I would draw out pictures and you gotta find hidden stuff in them. For this one, they're gonna have to find the two last words, and whoever gets to the wallet, whoever pieces together the seed phrase, basically gets everything that's in that wallet. So it's so far it's always been about the community. That's why we started Satoshi Kingdoms or Stargaze Kingdoms initially. So I think we have bridged and networked with a lot of cool people. Like Maria, that's outspoken. She has championed us in many spaces, so thank you for that. And like Scooby said, everybody else, Stardy, Saya, STC, Captain, just a whole squad. So yeah, stay tuned. I still gotta fine tune some of those riddles, but yeah, every 10% we'll give one riddle for the one word. They'll be in order, and for the last two, join our Discord because that'll be behind the holder verification. So good luck.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Are you guys, this is a question for both projects. We've seen, Pampit kind of explode. Any plans to launch a meme coin through that method?
I'm not too sure. I think that'd be something for Scooby. I know that we got the runes, but I mean, we're not opposed to exploring new avenues, especially with the Gelato team. I think they definitely know what they're doing, and we're big fans of them. I mean, we even work on their second collection, so we're whatever they do, we support. So we'll see.
Thank you very much. Donnie, I don't suppose you guys are looking to take advantage of Pampit.
That's a great question. I got to talk to Sneaky about that because we already released our meme coin, just through Stargaze already. So, but I'll talk to Sneaky to see because we love the Gelato team a lot. Love them, love them, love them. Great builder. So we'll talk.
Yeah, it might be something to combine together. Donnie, do you guys have any advice for new creators on Stargaze?
Oh man, what a question! Goodness gracious. Well, I'm gonna speak from a community member's standpoint and from being in management of for a while and in real life. I feel that a lot of founders maybe lack the understanding that people want to feel special. So I feel that we're in unfortunately we're with NFTs especially it's just a lot of just guys that get into it just to make a quick buck. But I feel that there are some good people that want to come in and build and sustain communities. So I feel a very important thing for founders from a leadership perspective is to really value your holders, really find ways to show them that they're important, that you really care about them. And there's different things that can be done to do that. But I feel that once your people can feel like they mean something, that their contributions, even if it's just a little tweet or if it's just a like on something, just any little contribution that your community gives you, they should know that that little contribution is huge for the overall success of the community and for the project. So I feel that that founders really need to just grow with that mindset of just understanding that everybody's contribution counts and that everyone has an invincible sign on their chest that says make me feel special. So I feel that's a very, very important thing for sustainability and eventual growth in a community.
Thank you very much. How many plushies do you guys have planned for the future?
Man, oh man. That's a great question. A lot. We want to we're going to see how this mint goes, but the plan is to essentially put out plushies for each of our species. We have a lot of species in our collection, so it's gonna be a long process, but it's gonna be a lot. That's maybe the best number I can give you is a lot.
And are you guys shipping worldwide?
Yes, sir.
Great. So all of our friends in South Africa will be able to grab them.
100%.
Awesome, guys. Do we have any more questions from the community for the projects that are launching, Satoshi Kingdoms and Sneaky Productions? If you also have any questions on Astra or the new L2 that's launching, please request to speak and we'll get you guys answered.
I actually do have a question on Astra, also Bitcoin related.
Go for it.
Shane, do you guys plan to support runes at some point?
Yeah, I mean the first step is for ordinals, but runes also does make sense at some point.
Awesome. Thank you. I really look forward to Astra rolling out because, like I said, we did get into ordinals pretty heavily, so I'm really excited that's coming to Stargaze. That's big for me.
Awesome, man. Yeah, excited about that for sure.
Awesome, great. All right, guys. Is there anything else you guys would want to mention about the mint that we may not have covered? All right, I think we're good. All right, thanks everyone for joining the space. Everyone have a great Freshman Friday tomorrow, and we'll see you guys next week. Oh, wait, one second. I think we have one question. I want to make sure we get it answered. A little slow. Hefe, welcome. Just in time, right before we cut it off.
Yo, what's going on? I wanted to ask about the Marketplace V2 and like the different denoms that are going to be available as options, right? And then wanted to know when we can add the meme coins that we've been having, like Shitmos and Pleb and like all the other like Stargaze meme coins.
Ruan, you want me to take this or you want to?
Sure. Yeah. What we've kind of discussed is, at the very least, having a minimum level of liquidity on the DEX to enable minting and trading on B2 and different denoms. So, for example, like if you guys want to be able to, trade your slots in TIA, there needs to be a liquidity pool of X amount in there. We're kind of still thinking about what that would be, but something probably between $100,000 and $250,000. And so similar to Adam, same deal. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. Do you have anything to add to that, Shane?
Yeah, that's basically it. Basically, we want to build up some liquidity, and if people are going to be trading different denoms, different tokens in the marketplace, then uh, I think it's only fair to get the liquidity added to the DEX. The way to think about it is a bit like pump it fund or like pamp it, right? Where you have to like build up the token to a specific market cap until it gets added to the DEX. So it's the same kind of thing. If you want your asset collection denominated in an asset, then the liquidity for it should be built up on the market on the DEX first.
Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Because like I just wanted to know like how many different denom options we're gonna have. So that's perfect. I mean, I get it. We need liquidity. We need to have liquidity in our decks to be able to use it. So I get that part.
Yeah, and local liquidity at that.
Right, right. And then I also had a question regarding Astra. So I know recently we had a partnership with Union in regards to bringing back the NFTs from Polygon, and now we have Astra. So is it going to be kind of like a combination of both now to bring NFTs into Stargaze, or like, or is one better than the other, or like how, what are the differences between those partnerships or
Oh,
partnership and then
so
Astra?
like Astra isn't going to have like its own bridging. Is all going to go through Stargaze L1. And Stargaze L1 is kind of like the kind of bridging layer. There's one exception to this, and that's the some of the Stride assets. Um, but yeah, what's going to happen is that like assets from Union, NFTs from Union that are coming in from Polygon, coming from Ethereum, they would flow into Stargaze L1 first. So if you want them on Astra, it'll basically go from like let's say it's coming from Polygon, it'll go from like Polygon to Union to Stargaze to Astra, and that process will be all kind of like transparent behind the scenes. So as a user, we want to optimize it so you don't have to click and wait multiple times. So it'll be abstracted out away from you.
Right on, cool. And then like the last thing for me is like a hot topic I've asked for a long time. Like how can we get stars onto a centralized exchange? Because I know that I think Kraken just added Osmo, and I know that to grow with the big boys, we need to be easily available in the big exchanges. So like, how can we make that possible? How can we get stars onto a centralized exchange?
Yeah, that's the it's oh man, yeah. I mean, to be on like a major central exchange, you had to have a certain amount of volume. And right now Stars doesn't have like like a massive amount of volume that they're looking for. So actually the Dex is one of the can play a great part here, right? Because once the Dex is live, it'll bring more trading volume to stars, and then maybe we can kind of get over the threshold that is needed to get on some of these centralized exchanges. And to be honest with you guys, the way this actually kind of works in the industry a lot of these projects have they just make a ton of bots that like fake the trading and stuff like that, and that's kind of how things work. And we have always been kind of a team with like integrity. We don't want to do that kind of stuff. So I mean, we're trying to find solutions here. And I think the Dex will help a lot to bring in that trading volume. And then once exchanges see that there's that volume, then it's a much easier a lift for them to list the asset.
Right on, right on. Well, thanks again for letting me talk, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow for the men for everybody else. I think so. Cool.
Thanks a lot, Hefe. Trendy, welcome.
What's up, guys? Always enjoy hearing
Hey.
y'all's big brains talk. I just had a really quick question. So I may have understood this completely wrong, and I'm sorry if I did. Is the end goal for the marketplace on Stargaze to eventually sunset and Astra be the main thing, and Stargaze is just kind of the machine behind it all?
It's going to be a transition period. So, I mean, just kind of like how Uniswap, V3 launched, and people had to like, slowly migrate to V3, but V2 still works. The super long term goal, the really long term goal is for the trading activity to move to Astra, and then Stargaze L1 kind of becomes like a service layer, right? So it services the rollups, and there could be more than one, right? I mean, Astra is the first one, and I think I've heard of like rumors of people wanting to kind of build other rollups on top of it as well. But yeah, what's going to happen is that like Stargaze L1 will become more of like a routing hub, liquidity hub, especially once the DEX is on there, and also like a bridging hub. So Stargaze L1, essentially services the layer 2, gives it Oracle data, gives it randomness data, and processes its blocks and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of like the long term.
Gotcha. I appreciate that. And just one more quick note. I did notice that y'all list certain token that could be used for denomination. Is that an exclusive list, or would something like Osmo be on there too to denominate mad sign or whatever it be?
Yeah, it's definitely not an exclusive list. There's gonna be more added over time, and I think the easiest way to make it kind of like permissionless and stuff is just to have the liquidity requirement, right? So whatever that liquidity requirement is on the DEX, if you guys want to see Osmo, just everyone get together and add liquidity to the pool, and then it can get automatically
Yeah.
added as a denom.
And this could also be something that that the community pools help with as well, right? Like the liquidity that we have, or like the deal we did with Neutron, where the communities just decide to provide liquidity into a pool. So it's could be another fun community aspect of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
no, I appreciate that insight. And again, I just wanted to give Shane, Ruan, the whole team, like Stargaze, I love y'all to death. Like, hands down, the best marketplace in the game. It's a shame that more eyes aren't able to appreciate what y'all have done. And I continue to look forward to using that marketplace as long as I'm in crypto.
So thank you very much, Trendy. It's very kind of you, and we're glad you're here as well.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Awesome, guys. Well, I think that's all our questions. Everyone have a great Freshman Friday again tomorrow, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.
Thank you.